every problem comes with a little bit of opportunity in it. So try to look for that little opportunity in the problem instead of looking for the big problem inside the problem. So never give up on your dream and never give up on yourself until you achieve it. Well, why I started poultry farming? Reason why I started poultry farming. People have been asking me reason why I started poultry farming. Yeah, it is quite long, but I'll try to make it simple or try to cut it short. It had never occurred to me that I was going to start poultry farming, or I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur or be a businessman. I love doing business and I love being my own boss, but it had never occurred to me, and I didn't know when and how I was going to start it, and I didn't even know what I was going to do until 2017, November 30th, November 2017. I went to work, and after I had closed from work, that time it was snowing. We had a snow. I was removing the snow from my car, and I had a call from my company executive. They called me and told me that my service is no more needed in the company. And I asked why. They said the leader in my section where I work told them that he cannot work with me. So I thanked them because there was nothing I could do. I thanked them and decided to go. And fortunately for me, I was transporting 4 people in my car to the company. So I told the 4 people that that was Richmond, Kofi Elvis, and some of and some other guys. Yeah. So I told them that this is what the company has told me, and tomorrow they have to find a car to come. And where I was working, where I was staying and where I was working, the distance was quite long. It was about 30 kilometers to where I live. From the distance from the work to my house was about 30 to 35 kilometers. So when I told them, they too went back to the company and told the company that tomorrow they cannot come to work. So they needed to find them a new car or something like that, or a way of transporting them to work. And when the company realized that they were going to lose 4 people tomorrow, and it is going to affect the company seriously. So the company came back to me and told me that, well, we decided to sack you, but we have decided to employ you again. So I became very annoyed. Though I did not show it, I was very annoyed. All of a sudden, you sack me with no reason, and all of a sudden, you have employing me back. You are employing me back because of what you can get from me, because of what you can benefit from me. So if not that, because of the car, then they would have sacked me. Whether my finances were in problem or my finances were not in good shape, they would have sacked me. So that was the strategy I used. I knew if you have a car, I knew if you have license and car, it is easy for you to get jobs. So my first job, that is what I invested in. I invested in driving license and car. So it worked. That strategy worked for me. So they said they have sacked me. I was very annoying. Honestly, I was very annoying. So I decided to become my own boss. I decided to become my own boss, and the first thing that came into my mind was poultry farming. Yes, I knew I was going to be a businessman or an entrepreneur, but I didn't know when and how or when to start. So if not that they had sacked me and it had pressured me, maybe by now I would still be in that company. So it helped me. It helped me in farming. I needed to start my own business, and poultry farming came into my mind. So I began to do a research. when doing research, I realized that at that time, 2017, I could not find poultry farming, how to start poultry farming in Ghana. When I was searching on YouTube, and the information that I got from the research, I used it to do my first video on YouTube, how to start poultry farming in Ghana. It was audio, it was audio visual, it was audio video. So I did my first video on how to start poultry farming, and I could see people asking, where is your own poultry farming? Where is your poultry farm? If you have poultry farming, why is it that you are doing audio visual? So yeah, I knew what I was doing behind the scenes, so I could not answer them. So after doing the research, in February, I sent money to my sister, my elder sister in Ghana in February. She's called Vida Pukia. She's done a lot to help this business. So I sent money to Vida Pukia, my elder sister, to buy the land. She searched for land and she got 1 acre. That time I could afford 1 acre, so I sent the money to her to buy the land. So after buying the land was virgin forest, so we needed to clear the big trees and the bushes. So bulldozers had to come in 2018. So 2018 February, my sister bought the land. In April 2018, we cleared the land, the bushes, and for security reasons, though I trusted my sister, but there's a saying that if anything can go wrong, it will. So I asked for 2 weeks vacation in my job and they allowed me. So I went to Ghana in 2018, June 25th June 2018, to check the authenticity of the land, to check if everything is okay. Continue building the structures. By 2019 ending, I had completed building the structure for the workers and the structure for the birds. The first structure for the birds was 50 by 25 feet. That was the measurement I sent them to build. And initially I thought the 20 feet by 25 feet was going to accommodate about 1,005 birds, but it was wrong calculation. When the birds came, I realized that it could not accommodate the 1,005 I anticipated. So it could accommodate only 800 birds. So after everything, I booked my day-old chicks. I booked my day-old chicks by 2019, and then I had completed the structures. 2020, beginning of 2020, January, I contacted a company responsible for hatching day-old chicks. They are very good, and yeah, they are very good company. So there were many companies, but I selected a good one and I contacted them. They told me that if I needed my day-old checks on time, I needed to book it 1 month time. So I booked my day-old checks. That time, I think it was 3 CD or something like that. I've forgotten. It was 4 CD per bed. It was 4 CD, or I think it was 4 CD, 20 pesos per bed per day-old chicks. So I ordered 800 day-old chicks. The day-old chicks were supposed to come in March. I ordered them in February. They were supposed to come in March. The coronavirus had started, so there were new restriction in the system. So it affected the business in some way. So they had to delay and bring it in April. So on April 14th, 2020, my first birds arrived. I ordered 800 birds. My birds arrived and we started the business. The business started while I was still in Europe. So I was speaking to my sister and the worker. And one mistake that I did, or my sister did, was I told her to employ someone who had little knowledge about the business or the poultry, but she listened to friends and other family members to employ someone who had little knowledge. Virtually, he had no knowledge about the business, about the poultry farming, because I was not there to verify things. they were doing their own things, and in some way it affected the business somehow. But as an entrepreneur, you have to think your way through when you face difficulties. So the difficulties, we are still facing some here and there, but we are still pushing our way out. And if God willing, everything is going to be successful. In a nutshell, the business has been successful. Yes, it has been. Bringing an idea into reality is not easy and simple as you may see it on TV. Yeah, a lot of work has to go through and a lot of sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your time, sacrifice your money, sacrifice your feelings, sacrifice your happiness in order to let your dream come true. So the business came into reality in 2020, April. By August, they started laying. I had some challenges. I lost 400 bears, and reason why I lost that 400 bears, I will tell you in one of my next video. I lost 400 bears. When the bears reached 2 months, I lost about 400 bears. And in my next video, I will tell you why I lost that 400 bears. So the business is ongoing. I went back to Ghana December 2020 to see how the business is running. I had wanted to go and see how things, being away and your business somewhere, sometimes makes it difficult to manage it the way you want it, and it makes it difficult to let it go the way you want it to go. So I had to go to Ghana in December 2020. I went back to Ghana December 2020, and I had to come back to Europe in February. The main problem of poultry farming is the maize. So we are going to farm or grow our own maize and buy more maize when they become cheap in the market. So far, so good. This is so far, so good. So far, so good. This is the journey of Safobafo poultry farming. So everything is possible. The reason why many people are not able to achieve their goal is 1, fear, and 2, maybe it has never occurred to them to have that dream. It had never occurred to me to start a poultry farming if they had not sacked me. It was because they sacked me, that's why it occurred to me to start my own poultry farm or to become my own boss. There is a saying that adversity introduces a man to himself. If you go through a situation or bad situation, instead of crying, instead of beating yourself, instead of blaming people, let that adversity, let that problem motivate you. Every problem comes with a little bit of opportunity in it. So try to look for that little opportunity in the problem instead of looking for the big problem inside the problem. So never give up on your dream and never give up on yourself until you achieve it.